everybody. Welcome to Freethinkers Fireside, where we put the human in humanist one cozy chat at a time. My name is Helen, also known as Hell's Bells. I hope everybody is having an awesome Thursday. And this week I have someone that I kept saying I'm going to have on the show, and then I finally invited him. So after a while, so let's say hi to Mikey Famine from the Bid podcast. The bid, not the bid.
You could bid on us. How much you got? $1 is the top.
$1. Cheap ass bitch.
Yes.
So tell the people who you are and what you do and all the things.
Hi, I'm a fireside chick now. I'm Mikey Famine.
I'm a fire sign.
I'm a wind spirit. No, I'm a founder and executive producer of the Bin Podcast Network, where we have several shows that are all about politics, and it aligns with a lot of the humanist stuff because we're all atheists. But we actually watch the news every day from every channel, from a lot of different countries, and then we distill all that stuff down and give people a rundown that they can actually care about. And we mock MAGA relentlessly. We mock them. We tease them. We make fun of them. They are bullies, and bullies deserve to have their unibrow called out to the public. And that's our job.
I think that is the best thing to do to people that are assholes.
Make them feel bad.
Make them feel bad and humiliate them, which is even better.
I think our society really shies away from shame, which is largely good, right? Like we shouldn't be so disgusting like we were in the 80s and 90s and stuff. And we've grown up a lot, but some people need to get their ass bullied, you know?
I agree. I don't want to say make bullying great again, but I think that bullying fascists and assholes should be great again. I think that should be a thing.
Make fascists afraid again.
Yeah, make fascists afraid again.
Put their asses back in the closet.
So usually when we do this show, we have a topic, but you had a bunch of things you wanted to talk about. So I was just like, we'll just have a conversation.
I also am one half of the Deconversion Stories duo. Neil would kick my ass if I forgot that. Yes, I do a show with Neil on Saturdays over on his channel, The 604 Atheist, on YouTube and Twitch, and we talk to people about their previous belief systems, what got them to leave, and all that kind of good stuff. So if you guys are on the edge or you've already deconverted and you want to share your story, then hit me up and we will book you and you can come on and share with us. All right. There, I'm done with all my shills. Hi, Triton. Hi, Kyle. Hey, Punk.
Hello, wonderful people. I guess you go ahead and you start with what you want to talk about, and then I'll just chime in.
Well, I gave you the link, so you click. Do you want to say?
We'll talk about space stuff first.
You want to do the space stuff first?
Do we want to do the put everybody in a good mood and then ruin it, or do we want to have a palate cleanser after?
Let's ruin them first, and then we'll give them hope at the end.
Yes, I think that's good.
First, we break it, and
then we fix it.
And then we fix it.
Then we fix it. We're gonna Wreck-It Ralph it.
Correct. And I am the Mario Kart. Like, I can't believe the hell they just Mario Karted in that show. Like that movie was straight up Mario Kart, and then the Mario movie came out. I'm like, nah, it doesn't feel as cool because I already saw it in Wreck-It Ralph. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's a me thing.
I just love the Mario movie just for the existential star. I was like, I want a T-shirt of the existential star, and it's my spirit animal.
We haven't done it yet because we have a little one and she takes up all our free time. But we bought canvases, like a 10-pack of little. I think they're like a foot or 14-inch canvases, and we were gonna do remember in Mario 3. The slot game, with like
I didn't play Mario 3 because I don't have a
Nintendo
Switch.
No, the regular
No,
Nintendo.
I'm a Sony girl, so
Well, the chat might know because they're not
Okay.
full-blooded communists over here playing Sony only. Jesus,
I've been playing Sony since 1995, dude, or whatever the first one, 97, 98. So
depressing. But there was like a slot game, like in like a little mini game in between levels, and you could like you'd have to like tap A, and then you would like try to get it to stop, and it would be like a mushroom, the fire flower, or a star. So it would be like part of the picture, and like if you think of like 9 pictures, 3x3, so then it would be like that. So we're gonna paint that on the things, and then put Velcro on them, so then we could shuffle them and put them wherever we wanted. Thank you.
I do find it. Okay.
Nice Gears of War. Thing on it. An Xbox exclusive game. Yes, indeed.
Like my son does have a Switch, and I did play a couple games on a Switch. I just haven't bought one. I just I have my computer and I have my console, and that's it. Like,
all right.
I guess I'm just missing out on things.
You need to go back and play the regular Marios.
Okay.
I
did play that. I did, and I had a Game
that's what
Boy
it's from.
Back. Yeah, I know. I know that. I just haven't played any of the newer games. I feel like I've seen plenty of people play Mario Kart, and I feel like that'd be really fun. So, but I haven't played that.
Are you a drinker? Is that wine? Yeah, you're a drinker. So there's a mini game you can play inside Mario Kart called Mario Kart DUI, which is you need to finish your beer before you get across the finish line. So even if you're driving around and you don't drink nothing, you need to stop at the finish line. Then you can crack your beer, and then you can chug it, and then you can go across. Most people just sip and drive at the same time, but it's a fun, safe at home, not planning on driving on the real road kind of game.
I've done a Little Big Planet had a racing game because you can play that on Sony, and I used to drink and do like it's like the Sony version, like Little Big Planet's like version of a Mario Kart, and I used to drink to that, and it didn't go well.
Sony tried it. Sony had like Crash Team Racing or something like that. Sony tried they tried their hand. Sorry,
yeah,
Nintendo's
like my husband plays Gran Turismo. He really likes it's not made. It's like
those are racing. Those are racing simulators. Like they're not even a car game. They are race simulators. Does he have the wheel and shit?
No, he just uses the controller. But have you
seen those things? There's a guy.
They're insane.
There's a guy on YouTube. He's got $100,000 racing simulator. I'm like, dude, buy a race car. Buy a race car. It's $100,000. The race. You could have built a really good race car. You could have bought a Ferrari. Could have built a rally car for $50,000. Just grab a Subaru used and just go. Like you could have had a whole ass adventure. Instead, he plays in it. He's got fans that blow wind in proportion to his speed. It's it's crazy.
I'm impressed. Like I am. I'm impressed. But also, that's $100,000.
And then the monitors, he had like this whole system of monitors that were like the big wraparound joints. And I'm like, bro, this doesn't exist.
So is it like almost like a 360?
It's like the full field of view, like 120 degrees field of view. Like it's big. And I'm like, this man made dude, this is your career. You should have just been, whatever you do for work, stop doing it. Start making these things as a job, because this is crazy. Like you invented, you built your own arcade system at home. Just start selling those, dude. Whatever your job is, just stop. We will pay you to do this now.
And is that his old job? He just does racing games on YouTube? Is that like his?
Sounds like it now. I think that
Damn.
video's got like 20 million. He let his wife drive it and she drove it off a cliff or something. I think that video had like 20 million views or something crazy. So I'm sure they're doing just fine.
Right, exactly. That's
wasting money. That's the
why
key.
Why am I doing atheist content? Like,
you gotta just blow your money live on camera, and then people will watch, and then the money gets put back. It's just
like, I know, that's what I need to do. God, like,
I'm just not brave enough. I'm just not brave enough, I guess. Speaking of brave enough, shall we dive into it? With the
let's dive into living in Gilead. So
the end times.
The end times. All right, lay it on me, baby.
So I don't know if you guys heard. There's a lady. I use that word lightly. Representative Kamek. She's in Florida's. I forget which district she's in. I like to know. I'll look it up. But she's in Florida, and now this lady is part of like pretty much every forced birther, abortion, murder kind of group that you can think of. She's been on Fox News about 1 trillion times. She embarrasses herself in interview after interview about how awful abortion is. Plot twist, she gets pregnant.
Oh, Texas. Okay.
Oh, she was in Florida. What the? No, it says our Florida. Are you sure? He's throwing me off. Quit throwing me off.
All right.
Quit curveballing me, Triton. Triton is also part of the Ben Podcast Network. We have a show tonight. If you guys want to pop over to that after. But essentially what she has done now is gotten herself knocked up. And unfortunately, it's an ectopic pregnancy. Now, for all you MAGA chuds out there watching, you have no idea what that means because you have no idea what a woman's body looks like in there. You're never going to touch it. They'll never let you near them. I get it. So let me explain. So instead of the egg falling into the uterus where it's supposed to go, it got fertilized in the fallopian tube, which is fatal for everyone involved. It doesn't work. It will automatically there is no safe way to deliver or gestate. It always lies to you. I'm on the internet. Of course it's full of lies. But there is no surviving an ectopic pregnancy. So to do that, and a lot of times people can't have kids after that. So she goes in and gets an abortion and preserves her life. She then goes out to say, and the problem she was having was she couldn't get the medicine she wanted because every friggin' doctor was afraid to give her the medicine. So she calls Governor DeSantis and says, "Yo, can you clear this up for me? I need a little quick pass through here. You know, I gotta get my prescription." So she gets her medical help. Then proceeds to blame the left for why it was so difficult for her to get her medication. It is our fault that she doesn't want. I don't know. I can't help her at this point.
Okay, so Florida has a 6-week abortion ban.
Which is before a lot of people know that they're pregnant.
Yeah, exactly. But apparently, I think that I'm just going to say that if you get pregnant and you need to have an abortion, just call your governor. That's the way. That's how you get around it.
Just call his personal cell phone and say, "Hey, I need you to clear this up."
Exactly, because that's how that works now.
Wow.
This is the thing. They keep talking about like how we're the ones that want like handouts and privilege and we're needy bitches, I guess. And I'm like, I don't have like, if thank goodness I can't get pregnant anymore. I got fixed after I had my son. And then I was like, I'm done. I got spaded.
No,
I like to say I got spaded.
No mas.
I got no mas. So, because I couldn't imagine getting pregnant in this climate. One. And two, like the thought of you need a medical procedure, which that's all it is. It's a medical procedure, and you have to jump through all these hoops to get it. But this bitch just makes one phone call and he's like, hey, maybe I'll give you some like donation funds or like promote you, but can you clear this up for me so I can go and get the thing that I don't think other people should get? And that just speaks of hypocrisy, and it's fucking stupid.
She said she contends that what she had was not an abortion.
Oh, it's an ending of a pregnancy.
Well, not technically, I guess, to her. Like but this is the problem, especially with the dudes over there. And I'm just gonna, ladies, tear her up. Rip her to shreds. I want to get at the dudes. Because the dudes who are running around talking about abortion this, abortion that, have no idea what they're talking about. She should know better. She knows damn well. So either she's stupid or she's lying. I'm going to go with the second one. Well, probably the first one too. Either way. It's not in a guy's, like, maybe not his normal kind of realm to understand all these things. Dude, if you can remember the starting lineup from the Bulls from like 97, 98, and then you still kind of remember half of 91, go watch a fucking YouTube video about abortions and understand someone else's body that isn't yours. It won't kill you. And it'll probably take you 5 minutes. You'll be like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, I see how that works now. Oh, okay. Just learn some shit. Because she clearly doesn't understand, well, or she's lying, that she got an abortion.
Yeah. And all an abortion is an end of a pregnancy. That is the technical term. It is the end of a pregnancy, whether it's through a miscarriage or it is medically induced. That's all it is. And even giving birth is technically the end of a pregnancy. So,
She said in an interview that she feels really conflicted because she's the survivor of abortion. I'm not making that up. That's
blink,
what
blink,
she said.
Blink, blink. Survivor?
Yes.
So
she's
admitting that her mom had an ending of a pregnancy?
Well,
and she survived?
People were it's so much worse. People were pressuring her to get an abortion when the pregnancy became a little risky. So that is her
died.
So that is her surviving an abortion now. She has survived an abortion because her mom didn't have one at all.
God.
Actually, her mom refused to have one. So that means she survived it.
The rest of us? Like the rest of us. Your mom survived it. My mom survived.
I am a survivor of a fucking Cheeto that fell on a gas station. I'm the survivor of a Cheeto from a gas station bathroom floor that's clearly in a puddle of piss. Like, I survived it by refusing to eat it.
Right. Exactly.
What are you talking about? She's insane.
Apparently, I won't drink bleach. So I'm
You're
a
survivor of bleach.
I'm a survivor.
Even though Big Chemical is trying to get you to drink that bleach, you just keep surviving.
I do. I'm just like, no, not for me.
You just won't be stopped. As much as they put hazardous chemicals in, like they got in front of my house, this big mound of dirt someone's going to be using for their yard. I am surviving, not eating all of that dirt and dying from it.
You are. And you're saving your teeth. You're surviving dental damage. Look at you.
Yeah, someone had some wood chips out front of their house, and I I didn't want to lose all my teeth and ruin the inside of my mouth by not eating it.
This is okay. Here's my kind of thing, because oh my goddess. Okay, like hearing this like oh my god. Because God don't want you to have, God wants you to have all the babies. So
white babies.
Yes. Yeah.
Only.
Well, no, they want the colored babies too, so this way you can be part of the workforce.
Well, yeah, they're going to shut down the schools and open up the mines.
Right, basically, yeah. So, God, I hate it. Anyway, I hate it. We did Prime Minister that the pregnant Braden woman. We did a story on her on the nonprofits. That is another wackadoo thing that's going on, because there's so much ambiguity, and I want to go back to what I was originally going to say about Miss. I survived an abortion. Like
she made it.
I don't is this. Are people this stupid that that is a legitimate excuse? Like, are people really going like, yeah, that's reasonable?
Yeah.
Or they're like, no, bitch, you got an abortion.
Not only did she get an abortion, she's also not a survivor of an abortion.
No,
That's not
she's
how
not.
it works.
No.
People were pressuring my mom, the doctor, who was like, hey, you're kind of really high risk, and if things get bad, that's an option for you. Oh, what? You want me? Oh, my daughter almost got aborted. Like, that's not how it works, man. It's not how it works at all.
Yeah, I know, Nancy.
but the cherry on top is that it's our fault. Us people who believe that a woman should have the right to choose what happens with her body. It's our fault that it was hard for her and that she had to call the governor personally to get her medicine. That's our fault.
Okay. When we were over here going like, hey, everybody should have equal access to abortion, and it should be between the person and their medical provider. How about that? And they're like, no, you can't do that. And we're all like, oh, okay, but it's our fault, even though. And the thing is, though, what's really crazy about what happened is that in the election, we have a majority rule. Okay, 56%, which was more than half of the state of Florida, voted to keep, to get rid of the 6-week ban. But it had to be 60%. That's why we have a 6-week abortion ban. It's really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Because it was still the majority but it had to be 60%. So for the people that didn't vote, I'm mad.
It never ceases to amaze me that so many people will vote against their own interests. Like if men are thinking that they're going to control women this way and do that, brother, it could be your girlfriend. Like, let's say for some idiotic reason, some girl falls on hard times and falls in love with your stupid, ugly ass. Let's say it happens. It finally happens. Some girl is smitten with you and she's over the moon. You guys get married. Oh, what's that? The wedding bells, the nuptials, you go on the honeymoon, and now she's got a bun in the oven. Well, now she's 7 months in and she's bleeding profusely. No doctor is going to help her. They're going to let her sit like
out
that
in the parking lot.
They're going to let her sit like that until she's unconscious, and then they'll try to revive her. You got to hold her hand and watch. Why the hell would you vote for that? I get that you think that you're controlling people's morality, but I don't know if you've seen the Republican Party. Y'all got bigger fish to fry than worrying about people having sex. You know what I mean? Like you got bigger worries. You're bombing other countries. Like you got other shit that you should probably be focused on.
This is not this. Well, this is the thing. It's a non-issue. It's
Right.
it's not about. It's it's misogyny. One, it's always
Yup.
misogyny. It's always
Yup.
misogyny. But two, it is a distraction. Because when we're having individual rights stripped away, we can ignore like the fact that we're bombing sovereign countries because somebody didn't get everybody that he wanted at his birthday party and he threw a fit. So
I have a
that's
new
my
theory
theory.
about.
He got mad because nobody came to his birthday party.
So I have a new theory about
stick to
Trump. Trump is gay.
Not fun gay.
I mean, the man wanted a parade for his birthday. Every room he goes into, he has to paint the whole bitch gold. He spray paints his face every day because he thinks he's pretty.
As part of the queer community, I'm offended that you
you
would make this man part of it.
You need to handle y'all's dude because he is part of the community. He is wayward, but no one does makeup that much every day, coiffs his hair like that every day, asks for a parade on his birthday. He's in the closet. That's all this is. He's like, Putin, hi, hey, Putin. And then he didn't like him anymore. And then like everybody who...
Somebody called him daddy.
Oh, at the UN or the NATO summit.
Daddy. Don't call Trump daddy.
Yeah,
Just
Triton's
don't.
right. Remember when he talked about Arnold Palmer for like 15 minutes talking about
he talked about his dick for like
ever. And he like wouldn't let it go, and then he keeps like this is some homoerotic tendencies. Just saying.
Yes, Nancy. Thank you, internet wife. Why would anyone get on that?
What? I mean, what do you think?
That's why
JD
we know
Vance's,
Melania's not banging him.
What do you think JD Vance's type is? I mean,
a couch, furniture.
Trump is essentially a walking couch with a little throw pillow on the top.
He's very squishy.
Little orange arm or something. Arm of the couch.
He's one of those like orange couches from the 70s.
He's an old couch that just became alive one day like Frosty the Snowman. And
That's
just
right.
went to Washington and ruined everything.
It like came to life, and instead of like bringing joy, he brought like narcissism and
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna close down some pageants just for me. Just for me. Can you believe like people fucking like younger folks may not remember the fact that this guy used to run beauty pageants for teenage girls.
There's something wrong with you. And he admitted like on Howard Stern that he would go into the dressing room and look at underage girls half dressed. I'm like, you're a fucking pervert.
And everybody just like acted like the shit was normal. Like the shit was normal. And then even like, I mean, I don't do it too much anymore. But I used to like, before the election, I'd go on TikTok and I just go like trolling people. Stuff like that.
Patty.
Wretch. I forgot what I was saying.
Sorry, we got distracted by Trump being a couch.
Yeah.
Being a daddy couch. A daddy couch.
He's the couch daddy.
Couch daddy.
He's so
fucking insult the couches.
He's the sofa king.
He is the sofa king. He's squishy. But he's very lumpy. And then he has some like My Pillows like thrown on his couch.
But he's like a weird couch because he's like at an angle all the time. Like he's never vertical. Like he's never like standing up. He's always like.
He's like that. He's like when you go into like some neighborhoods and people just have a couch on their yard. And it's been like
he's the alley couch. He's the alley couch. Yeah.
But he tries to pretend he's fancy.
He thinks he's a Chase Lounge in his head.
That's right.
He thinks he's a fancy bitch, but
he's like one of those
he a
old
basic
70s
bitch.
like swinger couches. And that couch has seen some things.
It's got frills on the bottom, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
The little dreadlocks to wick up the nasty. Blech. Blech.
Oh god.
So
Anyone heard people's?
okay.
Okay, well, like this is the thing about Nancy. This is the thing I have a theory about fascists. They all stink because Hitler
Smelly.
also smelled bad.
Of course,
like
he did.
people reported that he smelled terrible. So, yeah, like it's the thing with fascists. They don't believe in showers and brushing their teeth.
And they don't have anyone around them to. Yo, y'all smell that?
Right.
Smells like shit. Yo, who smells like shit? Oh, yo, you.
Right.
Yo,
You smell like shit.
You smell like shit, dog. Yo, shower, brother. You smell like shit in here. Holy, y'all didn't smell him? He smells like shit. God, he smells like shit. Yo, shower now. Shower now, explain later. Whew.
Oh,
shit.
Yeah, it's... Whew.
That's why he don't have no black people in his administration, because we'd be like, smells like doo-doo bird. A doo-doo bird done laid an egg up in this motherfucker. What the? Who stinks? But
this is why you need like diverse people to be your friend because you need some queers, you need some people of color, you need to diversify, you need some women.
You gotta have the full
women
planet.
that are not gonna like not awful women, like normal people.
You gotta have the full Planeteers, the whole cast. Everybody's gotta be there. Because it's important. Because my gay friends keep me in line. My trans friends keep me in line. And I keep my white friends in line. Everybody helps.
It takes a village. It takes a village.
Let me tell you something. Pampers are not great. Huggies are the best.
My kids wore Loves when my kids were so also a good brand. So
yes.
But that was I don't know if the diaper technology has changed since the early 2000s.
Oh yeah. Because I remember changing my niece and nephew, and like that rigmarole. Yo, these diapers now. First of all, you can put like 50 of them in a pack. They collapse down to like nothing. They absorb
they got all the air out.
Yeah, they absorb like a bucket of water each. I'm like, this is incredible. None of like the gel like busting out sometimes. Doesn't even happen. Doesn't even happen.
Side story, when my son was born, for some reason, like it'd be in the middle of the night and I'd be nursing him and then he would just shit. And then I would have to stop mid-nursing and I would have to change him. And it happened like a couple times. And I'm like, these diapers suck. So.
They, especially when they're still like nursing, they love to shit while eating. And I'm like,
I know.
What? That is just wrong, man. That's just, can't you wait?
You don't shit when you eat. Like those are the rules.
Come on, at least give it 5 minutes. Nope, at the table.
Like I just felt it was like a straight funnel. It was just
it does feel like you just pour the milk in and then it just comes right back out. And then eventually, and then the filtration process gets slowed down because it gets tired and then they fall asleep.
Did your wife go through that when she was nursing? Like your little one, like the baby would just like shit.
Yeah. She was she was very, very pukey for a long time. We had to end up switching her formula because she was just getting so sick all the time. I'm just like, and then they're little nuggets. They're like little sweet potatoes. So they're very. So she was very rotund, and that little neck crease. The smell, I'd be like, pick her, hi, ooh, your neck, you must have, your neck stink is just
that sour milk smell that, like,
had to do the wipe for the face, and then they got one more for Dada.
Yeah, because it would just like it would just like pour down, and you'd be like, oh my god, you smell so bad right now.
You stink so bad. I don't know what that is.
Well, and also too, like when they start sleeping through the night, and then they would just drool, and it just be like milky drool, like into their necks, and then you like get them up, and you'd be like, oh,
just because you got to give them the little kisses. Because they're
right.
Because you pick them up, and they got to do the morning scrunch, and they hit you with this guy, and then they start flexing. So then while you're getting that little schmoochy in there, you just go, oh. No, that needs to get clean now.
For those of you who have not had children yet,
the joys. But she was singing. Disney has this Broadway production. It's like the Broadway productions, but it's like the stars singing the songs. So they're not going to act out the whole movie. They just kind of sing the songs of Beauty and the Beast.
So and Elisa Menzel singing like Let It Go or whatever.
Right.
Gotcha.
And they have like a full orchestra there. The kid loves them. And
oh, that's cute.
And I caught her singing, and I recorded it.
Oh.
Cried. It got me. It is the most chaotic singing I've ever heard. And we're going to have to really work on her control. But it was definitely singing nonetheless.
I love that. I love that.
She's a sweet little pumpkin for now.
Yeah, I love. Oh, and then they're going, and then they get older, and then start having opinions, like round 4. I will take a 2-year-old over a 4-year-old any day.
2-year-olds present certain problems, but 4-year-olds have the same problems, but with an attitude.
They have attitude, and they have more verbal skills.
Yeah, only her correcting me.
And they're not as easily distracted.
You can't trick them.
Yeah.
Back to Homegirl.
So we started talking about the bitch. This is a much better conversation. We'll start talking about the terrible bitch that is a hypocrite.
The worst. This is from the Huffington Post. It says, quote, her story is a reminder of the very real and life-threatening complications pregnant patients routinely face, Mulford said. But the delays she experienced are not the result of advocates defending abortion access. They are direct consequences of Florida lawmakers passing extreme, confusing, and politically motivated abortion bans. Because, let's see, I think they have the exact language in here. It's intentionally vague. And when you do stuff like that, it makes people not act. The threat of prison or loss of ability to practice medicine can compel professionals to interpret these kinds of laws very conservatively. Where's the law at? She pointed to the current Florida abortion law, which states a physician may not knowingly perform or induce a termination of pregnancy if the physician determines the gestational age of the fetus is more than 6 weeks. So that means nothing, right? So that means you can't get your shit according to the law that you argued to have.
Right.
She wanted that law. And then she wanted to ignore that law as soon as it became a problem for her life. And that is your fault.
Apparently.
You did that to her. You made her advocate for a law.
I voted for people having equal access to abortion because I care about people's health. Because, like I said, I'm spayed. Doesn't affect me. But I do, I have this thing called empathy.
Empathy.
Empathy. Holy goodness.
But this is, and the only reason I bring this up, not because I want to like take over the women's space and I'll tell you, this is for the guys. This is the shit that they just like, you know, like they don't put that on the poster, right? Like when they're out there marching and they got their fucking signs out there and they're doing the fucking gross after birth pictures and all this shit. They don't talk about this. They don't talk about how saving a pregnant mom or a delivering mom is also included in that. And what they also didn't realize in that Project 2025 that they they love so much, and that they said the Democrats made up. It was a conspiracy theory.
Oh, Mikey turned himself off in the middle of his rant.
There we go. All right.
There you go. Okay.
I can talk with my hands, I guess. I just got to stop smacking the freaking microphone.
I listen.
I have to aim better.
It's a very French thing to talk with your hands. That's why I keep like my microphone's like over here because I'll whack it. So
there we go.
There we go.
Get
okay.
My picture back.
So okay, you're in the middle of your rant. Okay, go.
What was I saying?
You're talking about how like this harms men too.
Yes.
Project 2025 bullshit.
Oh yeah. So what I think it was like 1786 or some bullshit provision that they're trying to pull up with the Project 2025. It says that no materials used for abortion can cross state lines or some other bullshit. Included in that list is pornography. What are they trying to do in Texas right now? That's the test
ban
case.
Porn.
They're gonna ban porn, y'all. This is the theocracy that they promised.
I think again, they're gonna try to ban sex toys again.
This is the.
You don't get your butt plugged, guys. I'm so sorry for you.
Well, I'll order on a VPN, and they'll never this is their thing. They just think that the VPNs are gonna these dudes are fascists. You don't think that they're just gonna set up a fake website and just grab all your information and see that you tried to order something that you weren't supposed to order in that state, and then just show up at your they're not on your team. We tried to explain to you that they're not on your team. Now you will learn that they're not on your team. They'll be on our side soon.
Until the thing is, though, when you're selfish, the only time it matters is when it affects you.
Right.
You know, that's the lack of. And it's coming because it's like, oh, this is going to affect me, and I'm like, yes, it will, because guess what? You're not a part of that group. You are not in the in group. You are an average motherfucker working a 9 to 5, making $40,000 a year or whatever you're making. They're not worried about you. They're not worried about you.
And just
because you are a wage slave to them.
Just because you think you're doing all right in your personal financial situation, it's irrelevant. You're still poor to them. So you are not your rights will not be preserved.
Even if you mean $1 million, you're still poor to them.
Yeah.
If you're if you think you're like, oh, I'm coasting, I have a boat, I can go on a couple of vacations a year, my kids are going to college. It's like, no, honey, you are poor. You are poor compared to these, because you didn't win capitalism.
Yeah. You didn't roll straight sixes, all the way across the Monopoly board to get the boardwalk.
Exactly. You did not get the whole side with Boardwalk and Park Place and Pennsylvania Avenue.
All the railroads.
All the greens, all the railroads.
The utilities.
Oh my God. I used to make bank just getting all the railroads.
Mm-hmm.
If you get all the railroads and the utilities, you can buy a couple of properties, but you just need to get that corner where the yellows and the greens are. Just get that corner.
That's a wicked corner.
Yeah, it's just that corner.
And it's the first corner past free parking, so I know y'all got money.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody lands on free parking. I'm like, all right, now you go through the gauntlet. Don't have to land on one of them. $186. Thank you.
You get that big stack going with the free parking. Oh yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, the pot. That's how you really play Monopoly.
Yeah.
All the fees go in the middle, and if you hit free parking, you get to keep that. That's the way. This is the way.
No, that game was originally designed to show how bad monopolies were.
Right.
Back in the 1920s.
The dangers of capitalism.
The dangers of capitalism. And then everybody was like, this is the best thing ever, because everybody hoards. That's the whole point of the game.
How very American. How very American of us to completely miss the point and be like, I love this game.
But also, is it Parker Brothers? Parker Brothers that that owns the rights. I think it's Parker Brothers, not Hasbro.
Maybe.
I think it's Parker Brothers. The funny thing is, though, that that's the irony of it, because everybody play Monopoly. I have a Monopoly game. I had one with a debit card. So
Oh, the new
I want to get.
fancy one.
I want to get there's a Florida one I want to get. Like you can get it for your state. So I want one of those. And yeah, that's the one or New Hampshire. I'm going to get one or the other. I don't play Monopoly. I played like categories and like Cards Against Humanity and like Outbursts. Those are the games I play.
The social games.
Social games, yeah. I love social card games and shit. And I have an Oregon Trail game I bought at a thrift store for $2 that I love. You have to make the Oregon Trail. It's so much fun.
I will only play that on a 5.5 inch B drive floppy disk on an old computer.
That's also a great game.
What's the thing in that? Wheat? Isn't wheat the thing in that game?
One of them, yeah.
Everybody wants.
There's so many good games, and then I play Uno on my PlayStation because it's just like a very chill game.
Uno is intense.
Well, the thing is, though, I play against the AI, and I want to win against the AI, and the AI is brutal. It's some brutal bitch.
You guys ever do like the stacking rules?
Yes.
Oh man, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, what's it called? The Uno is a very intense party game because motherfuckers will get pissed off when you fucking slide 17 cards over to them. They're like, "Come on, I just had Uno." Oh. No, you didn't.
Like, oh, guess what? I have 4 sevens. 3 7. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I changed the color to green. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, y'all play like that? That's crazy.
I am okay. Like, the thing is about me, I'm a super nice person until I get competitive. When I get competitive, I am a bitch.
I'm just saying though. Usually, like, if you put a draw 2 to me,
right,
I could block that by also putting a draw 2, and then whoever was next line has to do 4. Right. So I would just be able to get away from it. Right, and then whoever doesn't have a draw 2 is fucked. Like, and
then yeah, because you're just like, fuck. Yeah. Or you can reverse it, which is also like,
or skip it, yeah.
But still, like, if I've gotten some draw 4s where I had to pick up like 6 to 8 cards, and I'm just like, motherfucker.
There's actually a brutal Uno out now, and there is like a draw 20.
Oh, fuck that!
Like, it's it's written in the fucking ink of the fucking artwork. Pick up 20 of them bitches. I'm like, oh, this is a terrible game. How? Oh, you better have like 6 decks worth of cards in there.
My best friend I stay with them when I go up to see my family in New Hampshire. We've been best friends since we were 14, and they got a vintage, like, a back from like the 80s Uno game, and we were playing, and we were both high, and I kept like, and I kind of whip cards. She's like, "Be gentle with my cards," and I'm like,
Hey, those are collector's items.
Like, I bought it at a thrift store for $3. Like, be gentle with it.
They've had a lot of use.
Anyway, let's go back to talking about the awful person. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, ADHD is strong.
The latest news on her is because people found out about her little stunt there. They called her office, and she said, "We had to evacuate. There were so many people threatening us." Girl, what am I threatening you?
Calling you on your shit is not threatening you. Conflict is not abuse.
Yes, it is. You can't correct me on things. I feel threatened. I need help.
Okay.
So now she's gonna go cry and play victim and say,
Mikey,
the mean lefties are reminding me that I'm a hypocrite.
Yeah, well, keep in mind that we're the sensitive ones. We're the snowflakes. So just keep that in mind.
That's how it goes.
Because we're just like, hey, you're being a hypocrite. Stop that. And she's like, no, I'm not. I'm not being a hypocrite.
I'm under attack. I'm under attack. It's like, get up, lady. No, you're not.
So I'm going to remind people that next election cycle, especially in not the primaries, like your local elections, make sure you bug people to vote. It's really, really fucking important. It starts with your local politics. It really does.
And
I'm
if
just
you
saying.
and if you are confused or unsure about what's going on in your election, you can just put it in our ear, because local elections is kind of our thing. Like, send it to us over on the bin. I'll watch it. I'll figure out what the fuck they're up to. If something smells weird, like online investigative journalism is the wave. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of the times that stuff is getting found out by the big, 3-letter networks. They're getting it from motherfuckers from YouTube. Like, we use our sources the way we get our sources, and we're able to put out information immediately. We try to be a little responsible with it, as freelance journalists. We try to be somewhat responsible with what we tell people, but we don't.
It's the
we're not beholden to anybody's standards of doing anything. We fucking cuss the entire show, and we have a soundboard with a bunch of fucking weird ass sound effects on it. But we also do have breaking news. You know what I mean? So, let us know if you're confused.
Your show, Nick's show, In Time, Transpositions, Dead Domain, like these people that do, basically, freelance journalism, basically, finding out what's going on and reporting on them. That's where it's happening. Like, I don't, like, when I'm at work, I'm usually listening to one of you mofos. Because I always listen to it later, because at night I love you all. I do. I love you all. But I don't want also at nighttime, when I'm not doing stuff online, I just want to hang out with my family, because it can be a lot. I have to have balance. Because I promised myself this time around, because when between 2016 and 2020, I was doom scrolling all the time, and I was in existential despair all the time. Now I am finding balance. So it's important for that. So, but that's where it is. And I'm going to be helping our mayor. That we have a gentleman that is named Manny, that's running for mayor in Port Charlotte, Florida. I'm going to be helping him with his social media, because I met him at I met him at the first protest, and then I saw him again on No Kings. And I'm going to help him I'm going to, try to connect him, help him with the social media campaign, because he's older and he has problems with the social media stuff. And I'm going to encourage him to go on podcasts, take open questions, and do all those sort of things, because that's how you get people to pay attention to you.
Word.
Do lives and stuff. So, and do a town hall, because it's so important.
And speaking of elections, how about give it up one time for Mom Donnie for winning the New York Democratic ticket as a Democratic socialist.
I know.
Who is Muslim and 33. So
yeah.
I think that's a great sign. After Wisconsin held it down and fought off the avalanche of Elon money that was pouring into their state for that Supreme Court election, and now New York fights back.
Mm-hmm.
See, the rebellion's not gone, y'all. It's not gone. Just the empire's really loud right now, and they're being really scary. But hopefully,
it's kind of amazing. It's kind of amazing in its own special way. And I think that's great that people because it's one of those things, those little small pushbacks, they mean a lot, because the more and more when those things happen, then the fascists don't win.
Yep.
We still live in a democracy for now. So, that's a good thing.
We're keeping it.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing about fascists, is they have to, unless you agree ahead of time, they have to oppress every single one of us.
Right.
Individually, all of us. You got to get because if there's one of us left, we're still fighting.
Right.
and there's 340 odd million of us, minus the 77 on his side. Good luck. You ever tried to fucking control 200 million people at the same time? Good luck.
It doesn't go well.
And I'm spread out over 3,000 miles. Good luck. It ain't going to work the way you think it is. You're better off doing what Mamdani did, which is, hey, I'm going to freeze rent in the city, which he, as the mayor, has the power to do for rent control property. He can do that. He says, I'm going to do it. He's decided to put a tax on the big businesses that are stationed down there and use that funding to make all the buses free. So the buses will run on time because, fucking, no offense, Granny, but Granny crawls up there with her nickels and she's taking forever to fucking put the change in the machine. That's probably old school. It's probably on a card now. But her card won't swipe, and then you got to swipe it this way, and then you got to wipe it off, and then you got to put a little piece of paper on it, and then you got to trick the scanner and do it. You don't have to worry about any of that. Just get on the fucking bus. Come on. Get on. Let's go. We're going down the street. And then you can get off when it's your turn.
Right.
Things will go faster. So much
and
faster.
Also, too, that will also help the economy for people that need to take the bus to get to school or work, and that means they're going to be more productive, and that's going to put more money into the economy. Like it's a short-term cost for long-term gain.
And for the, I think they said it was like 79 million or something per year that's going to. That ain't nothing.
That ain't nothing.
That ain't shit to make all the buses free. And also it makes the drivers safer because they don't have to worry about money anymore. They don't have to worry about kicking people off because they didn't pay. Just get on.
Or being robbed.
There's no money involved now. Just get on. Yeah. I'm going down the street and then I'm going to the station. That's what I'm doing. And I'm doing that until 7. And then I'm going home. Like, that's what a bus driver's supposed to do. Drive the bus. Not sit there and be a fucking bouncer and a ledger keeper and all. Like, they shouldn't have to do all that stuff. They said the Cuomo family put out ads saying that he wanted to defund the police. Quite to the contrary. I, as a lot of people have probably figured out by now, am no fan of cops. Not a big fan at all. Don't appreciate them. I'm more of a lawyer person than a cop person. And
I'm the not be an asshole person.
So,
and I don't tend to like cops very much either. So,
I mean, I'm sure they have a purpose, and I'm sure there's good ones out there somewhere. Sure, but that's neither here nor there. But they're putting out this image like the city's going to be so dangerous because he's going to defund the cops and all. Instead of defunding the cops, he said, why don't the cops go after criminals, and why don't we make another set of city workers that handle mental distress, people in crisis, homeless people, nonviolent domestic situations, custody things. Like, why don't we have not the armed dudes deal with that? Maybe not the guys who are implicitly, biased against this group of people and what's going on over here. Maybe somebody who can speak the language. Maybe this is, it could be a Pakistani or a Korean or something. Instead of having just Joe Q Public show up to everything with a gun and a grudge, maybe it's a better idea to just have people who are best suited for some situations deal with them, which is a wonderful idea. And I'm very excited to see. Well, I'm anxious to see the results of this because I hope it spreads, because that's what needs to happen. Like, you don't if there's a cat in a tree, you call the cops. Someone kicking in the door, you call the cops. Cut your finger, you call the cops. You don't need them there for everything, and they're not good at doing everything. They're real bad at doing everything.
If you have someone that has schizophrenia, having an episode, don't call the cops.
That won't help.
Because the cops are not trained to deal with people with mental health problems. They're trained to everything they're taught is that everything's a dangerous situation.
Yep.
And if you don't understand, when people are having a psychotic episode, and also people that have mental health problems are more likely to be victims of violence versus actually committing violence. So there's that. if you get someone like a caseworker or a social worker to go in and help that person, they're going to know how to de-escalate so nobody gets hurt, and make sure that they have access to resources, or at least calm them down enough so even getting a family member to step in, or making sure they get access to whatever that they need. If you get a cop in there, they're just going to see it as a threat because they don't know why this person thinks that why the voices in his head are telling them the government's going to come and get them, and you're a government worker
trying to slap handcuffs on them and kidnap them.
Yeah,
that will send them into further seeing a police officer can send people right over the edge. If they were close to the edge, they were really going over the edge now, because now the law is here to come and take me away. They're going to get me. You don't need to be there.
You just fed into their delusion.
It doesn't help. You're not helping. You're not helping.
So I'm really glad, kind of like when Colorado legalized weed, and then we were like, oh, this is a good thing, and they got all this fucking tax money and all that.
The gobs of money
and
that
the
they were just
were like, hey, hey.
and when they in 2020 they legalized weed and recreationally in Illinois, they ran out of weed in 6 weeks. Halfway through February, like Valentine's Day, we ain't had no more. All the dispensaries around me were empty. Everything was gone.
That is insane.
The tinctures, the gummies, the edible, the everything, the candy bars, the flour, the hash. They bought all of it. What you got? I'll take
stoners. That. Fucking liberal stoners.
They wanted to, people waited until it was legal. That's what I did.
That's what we'll do.
They waited until it was okay to do.
I have my medical marijuana card. Medical marijuana card. Living in Florida. And what's wonderful about having your medical marijuana card?
No tax.
It's kind of one of those things that I have access to it all the time, so I don't smoke as much as I used to. When I didn't have access to it all the time, I smoked more.
Right.
Because I only had so much. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it again. But some people really, really need it, and for their medical issues. And I'm just like, oh my God, everybody just calm down. But again,
in Texas,
it would have been voted recreational in Florida, but guess what? It was under the 60% vote.
And in Texas, the governor midnight vetoed their bill that was going to go through to ban THC products. All of them. And the lieutenant governor didn't even know he was going to do it. They got him on an interview like, well, I'm not sure what's going on with the governor, but I'm going to talk to him later. And I don't know why he would just radically change his mind. And I'm like, yeah, because the fucking veterans got to him, because they're like, hey, stupid. This helps with my PTSD, and I don't want to fucking take barbiturates for the rest of my life. My gut can't take it, and I don't want to take a pill. I'd rather just fucking light a joint every other day or whenever my back is bothering me, instead of, raging at all of my neighbors and my wife because I'm in pain and I'm a weird man and I don't know how to express what's going on with my body. Let people smoke.
And I can't get access to mental health care because the veteran system sucks.
Well, they're good. And the thing, the VA has the top of the line hospitals.
Yes, they do.
There isn't a better facility than a VA hospital. But they don't want to fucking hire anybody. They don't want to expand the services. They don't want to offer that to the rest of the citizens. I'm not sure what they're trying to do, but they take the very creme de la creme, probably best hospitals on the planet, and then they just refuse to let them in. Or they fucking put them on waiting lists for 1,000,000 years. Hey, if you don't want long waiting lists, you either need to A, make more hospitals, or B, not send an entire generation to fight a war that was completely useless. You wouldn't have all these veterans if you didn't, invade places and take shit over. So it's expensive, and we're still paying for it. And now that it's getting annoying to pay for it, and now that, because that was the people that I went to high school with. And they're, about to turn 40 or into their mid 40s. And they need some fucking shit. They need some care. Yeah, they need some fucking, their knees are going, their hips are going, backs are going. Mental's not always there all the time. They need support. Don't get cheap now. You got money for fucking bombs. You got money to fucking take care of their fucking medical bills. Easy.
Right, and that's the thing. You can't. And this is the thing. As my son's in the army, and having have many people in my life. My dad fought in the Korean War when he was younger. Was part of the. Well, no, okay. Let me correct that. He was part of the Korean War. He didn't fight in it. I want to correct that. He was on a Navy supply shift. And brought supplies to a bunch of different ports during that war, which is still part of like the war effort. Like you don't have to be on the front lines. But the thing is, but my uncle was on the front lines and had some really he was not okay. But until he got old, got Alzheimer's and from diabetes and died. Did not deal with things very well because he had PTSD, but at that time there was no mental health services.
At all.
Became an alcoholic and was very abusive. Became a womanizer. Was kind of abusive to his. Had a wife and then cheated on her with his mistress, and I knew both of them. It was all a very weird situation. But but that's the type of stuff that happens if you're not giving people access. It's like, okay, like if you really got to send somebody to war, which you should not do, it's awful. But if you really, really got to do it, then you're going to supply services when they get home.
Forever. Not until the war is over. And then the political climate shifts a little bit. And then it's not, politically advantageous to be talking about spending more money on veterans. You made them.
Oh my God! Not so. I'm sorry, honey. That sucks.
Wow.
I'm sorry, honey. 50 plus years after, yeah, that's the thing. My husband's dad used to fly through mustard clouds. So
Jesus,
it's just one of those things. And those are long-term consequences. Of people, it's not going to happen right away. It might happen much. After much time, but this the whole point is we know how these diseases affect people. We've studied them. We have to provide lifelong care. You served our country, and we can at least do that.
It shouldn't have taken Jon Stewart, who's a freaking comedian from cable TV, to get out in front of Congress to get a bill passed to get health care for the first responders after 9/11.
Right.
It shouldn't take that guy to do it. It should have already happened.
Just in the Bush administration, just being like, hey, we're just going to help all the cops and firefighters and first responders and also the victims that survived. We're going to get them health care.
Nope. Everybody was just left to their own devices. Oh, you survived it? Okay, good luck. Craziness.
But mission accomplished, Mikey. Mission accomplished.
I mean, but
it's always the same stuff. It's always Republicans. It's always Republicans.
And
always.
and I think Trump is their dying gasp. You know what I mean? They're trying the full totalitarian regime change with him. I am not confident in the competence of these fools. They are not equipped to deal with us at all, even a little bit. They can't. They have no idea.
No.
He tried to, he's supposed to crack down on colleges. He grabs the one college that is the freaking lawyer factory. Good job.
Right.
Good job, stupid.
Good job.
Harvard Law. Good job. Yeah. I'm sure they won't defend themselves in court. Yeah. Good job. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to start
And then they started offering free civil rights, civil law classes to the public. They were like, hey, we're going to offer you free classes. If you want to learn how to protect your civil liberties, take our courses.
Here's a course on the Constitution, which some people in Washington, D.C. might be interested in. But, I mean, and then, he wants to amp up the ICE raids. Where does he go? L.A. Brother, what are you thinking? Oh, you know what? I'm going to bully a country. I know who I'll bully. Canada. Really? Really? The people who the fucking Geneva Conventions are invented for?
Greenland, which is a sovereign nation, not even part of the UN. I'm Greenland, really? That's the country, really?
I mean, his eyes are eternally bigger than his stomach. He always thinks he's bigger and tougher and smarter than everybody in the room.
Because he's narcissist. That's what he's narcissisting.
But we all know that
you're going like, oh, honey. I'm like, I'm sorry your dick is small. I'm so sorry for you. Like,
that's what I mean. That's what it is. But it's easy for them to intimidate and scare people. And then they make it feel like the work that you're doing is useless because they just permanently lie all the time. Like dumbass who fucking sat there on a fucking camera that's recording her visually and audio. And I didn't have an abortion. I had healthcare. You just sound stupid. You just sound dumb. And this is these are the people who are going to rule us.
Right.
How?
And the rest of us are going like, and the thing is though, like I have found that even people that say they're on the right, if you have a conversation with them going, hey, I understand that there are so close to being aligned with our values. They've just been taught, through religion or like this, like I really think it's like a daddy thing. Like they want a daddy, and I'm like, honey, there is no daddy. It's us. It's just us.
It's literally just us on this rock. Dude.
It's just us.
Just us on this rock, man. There are no parents.
Like you're gonna have to deal with your weird queer trans, like that might this really smart trans person that you don't understand what it's like to be trans, but they're really really smart, and they went to law school and they want to fight for the fact that you can get healthcare. You're gonna have to deal with that. But guess what? They're gonna fight for your right to get healthcare.
Like let's say the mayor of New York gets half of what he says he wants to do. Let's say he gets it done. How do you hate the guy?
Right.
He just made the buses and to fund most of that stuff, he wants to tax everybody over $1 million 1%. So your taxes aren't going to change at all if you make less than $1 million. I don't know how anyone's going to get mad that the buses just suddenly became free and started running on time. Like, the people that would complain, no one cares about their complaints. Brother, you can take another 2% with your rich ass. Like, fuck you. Like, we're struggling over here. Motherfuckers is hurting. And messages messages like his, I hope, are that kindling, that spark to let people, to show us, our generation, these people sub 50s, it is literally our time right now to step up into leadership roles. Like it's,
I know.
You see Joe Biden and Trump part 2.
Sorry, Grandpa.
You know what I mean? They're like this is crazy.
Sorry, Grandpa.
Like they don't need to be where they're at. And Mom Donnie just ran an excellent campaign on Instagram. Like he just made reels and shit like that. And he got the youth vote. I think it was like 70-something% of the youth voted. And it's like, that is unbelievably unprecedented youth numbers. Like, how is it? You use the fucking internet. It's free. And if you want to run for something, by all means, tell the Ben podcast. We will fucking blow you up. We will tell all of our friends. We will target our shit for you specifically. Look, Progress Only won his seat over there in Bay City. And now he's on the council. Now's the time to get involved, y'all.
Yeah. And that's how it happens. It happens through grassroots. Because I forget who Martin said the other day. There was I have to look it up. Her name, but she's doing grassroots organization, and she buys, and what she does with her campaign funds, part of it goes to buying pads and tampons for people, for women who can't afford it because pads and tampons are expensive, y'all. I don't know why, but it is. Like that type of shit makes a big difference to people, to have access to just like a basic need. Because we also have a pink tax, which is fucking stupid. Like, I'm sorry that I have to bleed from my vagina every month. I can't control that. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I need gender affirming care.
No, but hair plugs, jaw surgery,
Viagra.
That's not gender. Testosterone, because I'm a weak little man with weird squishy noodle arms.
Like,
They look big,
so
but they're
funny.
really squishy.
It's very funny because like I'm going through perimenopause and I just was put on hormones and I just keep calling it gender affirming care. I'm like, I'm affirming my gender because that's what it is. It's like I still one, I don't want hot flashes, and two, I'm just like, I just want to go through menopause like easier. And this would be a really good thing to do. And
Instead
that's
of
what
horrible
it is.
stairs, let me get a ramp.
Yeah, exactly. 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 So I don't, and the fact that we have to do
Nancy.
these like fighting to get like hormone treatment covered.
That's
You know,
crazy.
like I'm like, you don't get to decide that for somebody. Like that is between them and I'm like, but insurance companies suck. You have to deal with them. Even I have really good insurance and still like also at the same time, I haven't been through a major medical problem.
Yeah.
I did a few years ago, and luckily my husband had good insurance and we had Aflac.
And the thing is, like, these are a bunch of idiot fucking men making all these fucking decisions. Like, dude, learn about fucking bodies first. But they were like, RFK has no fucking medical experience. He's about 7,000 years old. Brother, you're a Kennedy. You couldn't just fucking go to a college for 4 years and get the basics on biology first? No, I mean,
no.
there's still fucking time, guy. You could be doing that fucking shit on the week, like doing online classes, learning about the fucking human body while in office. I don't care if you have to start right fucking now, but you need to learn some fucking shit about medicine if you're going to be in charge of, I don't know, the vaccine panels. I mean, that just sounds
but
logical to me.
You would think that the director of the Department of Health would know things about health.
Would be a doctor, maybe?
Think. A doctor.
Or
hell, I would take a first year medical student.
Literally.
Over that guy. Like, cause I'm like, oh no, you don't like, I'm a layman and I know more about medicine than mofo, which scares me.
And then he's like drinking the methylene blue. He's drinking that on the plane. And then, you know, he's swimming in the fucking
shit water.
Swimming in the fucking listeria pond. And it's like, why are you putting kids in it? And he's like, oh, see, nothing bad happened to us. It's like, that's not a way to live life. Look at how fucked up you are, dude. Isn't your whole life a tragic story of you probably shouldn't do that just because it worked once? Didn't you fucking eat bear steak when you left a fucking brown bear in Central Park overnight and people were caught? He hunted it and left it in the park.
And you got ringworm?
You got fucking cooties in your brain. I mean, come on, man. And then he says, I never said that people should take medical advice from me. It's like, that's your whole job.
That's your job. And then
that's
you put people on the vaccine panel that don't believe in vaccines.
Right.
And then oh my God, there's a rise of measles. Weird that's happening.
Who could have predicted this?
Who could have predicted? Weird.
Strange.
Weird. And it's so strange. And I understand, like I feel like he's been, this is the humanist in me. I understand this man's been very traumatized.
By what?
I know. Well, his dad was assassinated. So there's that. And also, like, you're also coddled. I feel like, because, like, I feel if your father dies and your uncle dies, they're assassinated, and you grew up in this very privileged family. Also, the Kennedys have had so much shit. There was manslaughter that went on. There was some stuff. Okay, and
all
he
the
grew up
inbreeding,
coddled, and but also too, like, I think like one of his kids got sick when they were a child, and he associated it with the vaccine because, you know, apparently causation is correlation to this guy. But he never got over that, and I think that kind of like fucked up his brain. And then he started thinking that he knew better as like a compensation. This is me just pop psychoanalyzing. Yeah. But I understand like why these certain things happen to people. I get that. But guess what? I've been traumatized too. And I did work. And I went to fucking therapy. And guess what? I don't go around thinking that I know better than everybody else. I'm a dum-dum. Okay? I'm a
the
dum-dum.
The Dunning-Kruger is real.
Yeah, like the Dunning-Kruger is real with this motherfucker. I'm walking around going like, I don't know shit. I'm like, I think I'm intelligent, but as far as I'm not an expert on anything. I am an expert maybe on like queer shit and like, you know, how to play like horror video games. Like maybe. Don't come to me for anything. Like anything. Don't ask me questions. I can go, here's a resource. There you go. That's it.
And again, it would be one thing if he was like, yo, I'm going to school right now to make sure I know everything. He's just like, nah, I got this. Nah, I got this.
I know it.
And to think people wanted that motherfucker to be president.
He believes in the gay frog thing.
He is like and
I let you Jordan Peterson, dude. Have you seen
I can't
him
listen to both
Jordan?
of them. I can't listen to both of them in the same room.
It will break your brain. It will break your brain because I was just like, oh my god, the two worst people. I watched clips of it because I couldn't. I can't imagine.
They're so dumb.
They're so.
And his voice is so hard to fucking stomach. Ugh.
Like I'm like like, and I don't like. This is the thing. Like I'm like. I do think there's a real problem, and we've, you know, those of us that are part of this community have talked about, like, there's a lack of critical thinking that is happening in the American populace. People do not know how to critically think. I don't know it's because I took philosophy and psychology in college, and then suddenly my bullshit detector got like really good, and I'm like that sounds like some bullshit. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's correct.
Citation needed.
I need citations. I'm like, I would like a peer review, please, because I went to a research college. Thing about the University of Southern Florida, their big thing is research. That's all the grants go to for all their departments is research. Research.
They shut all that shit down, and then guess what? All the smart lawyers said, that's illegal. Give us our money back, please.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. So. This is the thing you got, and then, but the thing is though, is that like, even when my kids went to Florida schools, and I don't know, it was me and my ex-husband, I don't know, but they didn't turn out dum-dums, so something happened. like one of my kids is in the Army, and he wants to go to school and become a history teacher when he's done, and my other one is they got a double degree and a minor, and they want to go to pharmacy school.
That's where the cash is.
That is going to be.
That is going to be the rich kid.
That's the one that's going to take care of me when I'm old.
Like if I could do it all over again,
smart children.
If I could do it all over again, I would either go work on a cruise ship or I would go to pharmacology school. Like that is the two paths. Like
I picked the career. I picked the path. I picked psychology. That does not pay. Am I working in psychology? No, I work in healthcare.
Yeah. But we're almost out of time. Do you want to?
Yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to talk about the fun things. Let's talk about something fun.
Yes, the good stuff.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to.
Bum, 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 bum.
We're going to talk about something fun. Okay, let me remember how to do this. I know how to do my show.
You got this. I
got it. I'm so smart.
In you.
Okay. I believe in me too. I exist. No, I don't. Okay, hold on. I can do this. I know what I'm doing. Give me 1 second. Settings. No. Talk while I do this.
Yes, I will talk. I was trying to get in there, but I was like, does she want me to interrupt her and talk over her? But it's all good. So
no,
as
good. I remember how
as a recap for everybody, make sure that you don't listen to that stupid Florida lady who is a hypocrite and doesn't care about women or children. That's why she's voting
No.
to defund everything to help every child, and is more than willing to put the Florida kids into the fields to pick strawberries, but she doesn't want them to be alive either. Like, who knows? They're just crazy over there. They're doing their best.
All right. So we're going to talk about the new telescope.
Oh, yes.
So intro it.
Okay. So this video's from the National.
Pee, so you're gonna intro it, then I'm gonna let it play while I go to the bathroom.
Okay. So this is the first images from the Vera Rubin. She was an astronomer. She's very instrumental in everything we know about I think dark energy. Like, she's huge in the field. And she got her own observatory. This is a short clip, so if you want to just press
I'm gonna do
play.
the 1 minute one. I'm gonna do the 1 minute one.
It's okay. Just press. Just you can leave it on this one. Just press play, and then just let the image come in. I'll kind of talk over it.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay. So this telescope is in Chile. It's up on top of a mountain. It is adjacent to the Atacama Desert, which is perfect for visual light telescopes. There's no moisture up there. It is very dry, thanks to the Andes, which make sure that none of that precipitation ever makes it over the... Oh, I guess we're watching this now. Okay, cool. But it makes sure that no moisture gets over. So it is the best possible location to have a visual light telescope. The telescope has the largest camera in the history of humans. It's hard to put into scale how big it is, but the images are equivalent to, I think it's 400 flat screen TVs. So 400 4K TVs is the images that it takes. The one still shot, like I was saying, I think before we started recording, was the one image I downloaded that they gave like to the public for early access or whatever, is 14 gigs. It is unbelievable amounts of resolution. And because it is a visual telescope, it's always like, super dark and blacked out over there. And there's lots of like protocols of where you can and cannot have light and all that cool stuff.
Ooh, pretty.
Yeah, it took us to something else. This isn't it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I think this is the Chandra.
Okay. All right. I'll take this out.
Yeah, because like that video ended and it's like, next up, this one. I was like, sorry. Oh, but it was very nice. It was nice to have the pretty pictures in the back while it's going.
All right. So which one am I doing?
You can do the same one.
That's the NASA one. The Trifeld Lagoon Nebula. Sure. Okay.
But yeah, I was just saying, like, this is the largest camera in human history. I'm
stoked.
Each exposure is equivalent to 400 4K flat screen TVs. So we don't, like, our eyes don't really have a way of seeing the whole thing. Like each image. That's why that one picture was 14 gigs. It's because it's 400 4K images in one mosaic. And it does that all night. It's going to do this.
So this is what it's basically doing.
Mm-hmm. So it's going to do that every night for 10 years.
That's insane.
So we're going to have a better than 4K, completely immersive video of the southern sky. It is going to be the most beautiful thing that has ever happened to this planet, and I cannot wait for it to get done. I'm beside myself. You want to roll that beautiful beam footage.
It's going to be kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Like when the James Webb was launched, and everybody had a spacegasm.
Yeah, Webb is cool for reasons
for deep space and
yeah. But this is going to give us like essentially video of space. because it's taking so many pictures every night. One of the benefits of that, I think it's the second one, the first or the second one. One of the benefits of this is we're going to be able to see. So they got the first images out there, and we can see the star fields and all that stuff. So then the next image is taken. The next image is taken. I think they were seeing these blurs, these like zips going through there, and they're Okay, yeah, go ahead and play that one.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh.
So they're gonna start zooming out here. This is all on the same image, and it's all taken at the same exposure simultaneously. What they were showing over there, like that moon, if you go back a little, couple seconds there. Yeah, right there is good. Yeah. Oh, we missed it. Can you go back to where it had that moon on there? Yeah, and then just pause it. Cool.
Yeah, there you go.
So for reference, that's a full moon. So if you put a telescope and looked at it and you can get as zoomed in as you want and get that level of quality, that's how big it is compared to that. Like this is the smallest little speck on that image, but that's a full, it's like 45 or so I think it's 45 full moons worth of
Jesus
exposure.
Christ.
Like it's unbelievable amounts of stuff that we're going to be getting. And so like that, for example, that static image. So they're going to get repeats, tons and tons of repeats of the same star field, right? But then they have these little zips going through it. It's asteroids. You plug that in with some recognition software. They've already discovered 100,000, I think, new asteroids.
I think that was the previous video. So that's swarm of new asteroids. So that's.
Yep. But this is part
so
of
cool.
Yeah, and like, and you have to remember those are not like the very very bright ones. Those are probably new stars coming on. Mm-hmm. But all the rest of that, those are galaxies. Those are not stars. If it was a star, it's so far away you wouldn't be able to see it. Those are galaxies. All those little dots in the background are galaxies filled with,
that's insane.
100 million stars of their own.
That's insane.
Like we live in cool times. Very cool times.
We live in unprecedented times, Mikey.
Yeah. Strange things are afoot.
It's strange things. Like, listen, I'm like, if you're going through existential despair, at least it's very pretty.
Let's see which one. Is it the first one? I'm like double checking the links now. It is not that one. Second one? Nope. Third one. It's the third one. Hit the third one. And then that.
Okay. All right, hold on.
Because, and this is important because it's going to be good for us being able to track these little asteroids as they bump into each other and perturb each other's orbits in case any of those guys, want to pay us a visit violently. It would be nice to know if they were coming.
Sir, galaxy, a new asteroid.
So as they take those images, you can see that the asteroids are clearly just moving and shaking out there. And then when you start to compile all of these, you start to realize, oh my God, we have a perfect asteroid spotting tool because it's taking such high quality images that now we can tell the noise can be recognized as what it is. And it's not just, oh, okay, there's just like something fucked up on the camera. Oh, no. You can track them now. There you go. So as we start going through our orbit, we're going to start getting a better map of all of the asteroids and near Earth objects that are hanging out with us. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it is cool. I like nerding out on space. Like, that's insane. I love it. That's so cool. I love cool shit. I love nerd shit.
He couldn't cut the funding on that, the son of a bitch. So some of our other stuff may be waylaid, but and people should really look into Vera C. Rubin, really a fucking pillar in astronomy and astrophysics and stuff like that. There is a reason why it's named after her. So everyone should definitely go to their website, go to their YouTube channel. If your computer can handle it, I would. Huh?
Can you Veracy? Can you spell it?
Yeah, VERAC, and then it's Rubin, RUBIN, I believe. Double check. But
okay, Veracy Rubin. Got it. I got it.
Yeah, but she was amazing. And here, all right, I'm gonna do one last nerd out thing, okay? And I need you guys. Okay. I'm gonna talk very with my. Let me get us some water here. I'm gonna get very handsy on this explanation here. Okay. So here's why I'm freaking out.
Okay.
When we have a very good, well-defined chart of the stars, and we're watching them every night, and we know where they're supposed to be and all that kind of stuff. Once that's really, really etched in and we have a really good model for how that looks, you guys aren't ready for this. You're not ready for this.
I'm not. I'm ready. I'm ready.
We're gonna have live models of the expansion of the universe.
I'm sorry, one more time.
We're going to have live models of the expansion of the universe. We might see gravitational waves. We might some of this crazy phenomena, shit like that. We might be able to see some of this shit now. On your phone, you might be able to fucking see that no one in the history of Earth has ever seen this shit. There's never been a telescope like this. This is the border of what we know and what we don't know. We are literally standing on the edge of a waterfall of this is big. This is so big because the telescope could have not worked. It could have been filled with problems. It's working great. Great. Oh, yeah.
So,
check out the spiral galaxies.
Yeah. So, this is so cool. I love space shit.
So let's keep the video going. So let's say we're watching this image, we just take an exposure and we take them all and we get it for a night and then we collected our footage. Then we go into the back room and now we're processing it and we're looking at all the data. What do you think is going to happen when we start seeing physical ripples and waves of space? When the skyline is, you know what I'm saying? When the backdrop is fluttering like this or oscillating. We've never been able to do it because we don't have a camera. You know what I mean? We never had something that could take good enough images or images fast enough to be worth it. We got it. We fucking got it. We're going to see shit that no human has ever seen before.
That's insane.
That's pretty
really,
cool.
Really cool.
And that's
also
pretty cool.
Too, Ms. Non Sequitur, what happens is if we're able to see this, instead of relying on math, that something catastrophic may come and we can actually see it. And also we'll have a better understanding of space and what is actually happening in our own galaxy. Which was yes, Hubble's great, but we're actually, because it's happening faster and more real time, that data is going to be more accessible and happening and immediately rather than waiting and doing the math and the calculations to understand what is really going on in our galaxy. That's why it's important.
And Webb is great because Webb can point at something and collect photons from that region of space, and it's got the great filters and all that stuff and a couple different lenses. It's really great at that stuff. And that's why it's out in Lagrangian point 2, way out 1 million miles past the moon. It's locked in orbit because of the Earth and the moon's gravity playing with the sun. So it's like stuck in a weird spot. So it won't move. So it's good. That's great. But you can't dump all that footage into like a server room that's downstairs. We got it downstairs. They can process the data instantly. We don't have to wait years and years for shit to like sometimes we'd have to wait until our orbit was in the right orientation to even get images of certain things. Like, we don't have to wait now. This is crazy.
Well, and also too, it's kind of like the James Webb. Like, I don't understand. Like I can watch a video because I'm not an astrophysicist, but I find the whole thing that about deep space and things like that. When I learned that type of stuff, I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Like, I'm an average person that loves space, and that's what makes it cool, because that's more education to us, and it's more education for our lay people. Also, you might get an 8-year-old that looks the shit, and they grow up to be like an astrophysicist, or become an astronaut, or whatever, or a space engineer. That's what makes it cool.
My prediction is some little kid is going to look at that footage in 10 years when that video comes out. They're going to say, no, the universe doesn't work like that. It works like this. And that little kid is going to be right. Yeah. Because we did the work, because we built the lens, we built the camera. It's up on the mountain. It took forever. Because we did it, I think we're going to understand.
Well, there was the people, I forget her name, that was looking through the basic telescopes and saw that. They're like, wait, hey, those aren't stars, those are actually galaxies. And then on paper started tracking galaxies just by looking through one of those average rinky-dink telescopes. That was, and that's how it starts. But now we'll just times this by 1,000,000. Those are little rinky-dink telescopes, and now we're seeing it in real time. It's not just fixed, so that's really cool. So
only thing that sucks is that they did build it in Chile, up on the top of the Andes Mountains, so it will not get anything that might be exclusive to the northern hemisphere. We're cut out of it, but the center of the galaxy, where our black hole is, Sagittarius X1, I think, is located. We might get even better black hole footage.
We were talking last night about how we might be in a black hole. So our galaxy might be a part. So I was like, oh. So
the math kind of works out.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But I don't know.
But it's gonna be cool to see what we get from this, because I don't know how many fucking new shows we're gonna get from people being inspired from the we are literally at a point of discovery, and it's kind of cool.
I love science.
We're at the starting line for discovery. I don't know what's gonna happen, so cool. But the fact that I don't know what's gonna happen is why I'm so excited for it to happen, because I don't know what we're gonna see first. That's what's so exciting.
Well, that was the thing, when the James Webb was launched, we did, and then we're discovering all this crazy shit, and we're redefining how old is the universe, because now we're get to look really, really, far back in space time,
seeing
so
shit
that's
we weren't supposed to see.
It's redefining what we know, which is always really cool, and I'm like, ooh.
So for most cosmology and shit
Ryan
like that,
Cox
we're gonna learn.
Explain it to me.
Anyway, I think we're gonna get a lot of cosmology shit. Maybe not some of the deep stuff like the edge of the universe and stuff like that, but we're gonna have a much better understanding of dark matter, dark energy. They're trying to find what the hell this particle is, but no one knows, or whatever it could be. I mean, it's a missing matter problem. It's an extra gravity problem where things that should be flying apart are not flying apart. They're staying together. Well, maybe if we get fucking images that aren't, every equinox, but instead we're going to get
given real time
several hundred a night. That is such precise data that we have never had before. So I'm excited.
I know. I love it. I love space shit. I do.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if I was good at math.
It's not I did an online amateur course for this kind. The math is really easy. It's
Okay.
it's barely algebra. It's mostly formulas and plugging and chugging.
I'm a statistics person. I get really good at that.
That's past algebra. Like that's too advanced. You can't be in
Well,
this class
what was
anymore. You
really
know too
funny-
much.
No, it's funny. I had to take algebra 3 times when I was in college. Took stats.
Okay.
Because I probably took algebra 3 times and it just got ingrained. Because I just couldn't get it. I took a stats class. I got an A because I was just like, this makes perfect sense.
Like geometry, A. Physics, A. Algebra 1, D. Algebra 2, D. I don't know.
I don't know what it, like, I feel, because like stats, because I think because my brain's very analytical, like I could relate it to like real world things. I'm like, okay, I'm like, we collect data and then we find the means and modes and like all of it made sense. Algebra was just remembering steps. And I was just like,
I can't do that. I can't pick up new things and add them to my repertoire. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, it's the ADHD in me. Like I'm just like I don't. But like for some reason, like stats followed the sequence that my brain latched onto, and I was like, I get this now. So
left brain, right brain.
All right. So anyway, plug your shit. Thank you. That was actually a really nice palate cleanser after somebody who was like, hey, I'm stripping away individual rights, but we have cool space shit. So,
maybe we'll see the aliens and they can come pick us up.
That's right. I'd be like, no, they'll be down and be like, I'm so sorry for you. You're getting this wrong.
I'll be up.
Apes.
I'll be down at the end of my driveway with my suitcase, thumb out to the stars, like, come on, going north.
I have that intergalactic taxi thing where they just like they fly by and they're like, oh, those stupid fucking monkeys. Like,
I'll be like, Mikey, Famine, multipass.
Multipass.
Just pick
I
me
just
up.
gotta wear band-aids as clothing. Multipass.
You can get in the spaceship, lose the orange wig. What the hell?
Right. If you have not seen The Fifth Element,
that documentary,
that movie, it is a fever dream.
I love that movie so much.
It's such a good movie.
Chris Tucker's
Chris
best work.
Tucker's amazing in it. He plays such a great queer. It's so great.
Super green.
Super green. Like, it's so good. And like Luke Perry's in it for like 5 minutes.
The first 5 minutes.
First 5 minutes.
The first one, and then get his ass out of there. But in 11 minutes,
great.
the Bin podcast will be going live. It is Thursday night, so we're doing Unbox Politics. We got some delicious hate watching for you, and some great kudo videos. We take politics videos and we give them a rating. So we rate them on content, delivery, appearance, and vibes. And then
awesome.
we have an Excel spreadsheet where we track all of the people's names and their scores. So then at the end of the year, it's a game show.
I just stream.
It took us many attempts to get this set up properly. At the end of the year, we have the Sweet 16 tournament, and then we do another round of videos for each contestant, and then we have the final winners. The loser last year was the Queen of Canada. I forgot what her name is, but the Queen of Canada, she's a little short Filipino lady, and she claims to be the Queen of Canada, obviously, hence the name. And and she thinks everyone who gives vaccines, makes vaccines, or has a vaccine should be shot. So that's
disturbing.
So she got last place, and the winner.
Shot.
And the winner was AOC.
Is that the demon sperm lady?
No, that was the African.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting
the African
confused.
spiritual advisor that Trump had in the first one.
Confused.
Yeah. She's a delight. You guys would actually love fucking reacting to some of her stuff. She's but she is like legitimately crazy, and I think she has a small
like
militia.
shot. Well, I'm actually I was just at the pharmacy, and they told me I was due for my Hep B and update on my tetanus shot, and I was like, cool, I'll make an appointment. So apparently, I'm part of the
She's
left
gunning for
wing
you.
shill. Yeah, she's gonna be gunning for me.
She
I'm
said,
just like, hey, I don't want to. If I get a step on a rusty nail, maybe I don't want to. Maybe I don't want to get.
She
I
said
don't
she
want to
would.
get skeptic.
She
Oh
said
my
if
God, you
people
don't
didn't
know
want to
about the
listen.
demon sperm lately? Oh.
She said that
Oh,
if people,
honey. Oh, Jess.
she said that if people didn't want to listen to her, she will be enlisting the United States Army.
Okay.
She's a real,
you know what?
She's a real winner.
Does she know that the U.S. Army really likes vaccines?
Well, they also don't listen to the Queen of Canada. Like, I don't know if she's aware of that, but she said she was going to make a call. She got a watch from Putin, I think, or something. She's crazy, but she is hilarious. Unfortunately, some people listen to her. And then the winner was AOC for her video taking down Mark Zuckerberg about his. This was the one that went viral when she was talking about the lies during a campaign. Like, can I tell people the wrong polling time? Can I tell them that my opponent is this? Like, she went through the whole thing, and Zuckerberg is trying to human as hard as he can, and it's not going well for him. So those were the winners last year. Tune in tonight to see who is going to be in the running this year.
Right,
Starts in 8 minutes.
Yeah, so we're gonna go over there. We're gonna go to Mikey's channel next and watch his show. We're gonna go up there. So,
Yeah.
hi Ollie. Hey, also, Nissan Sequitur, I shared the thing about the demon sperm lady because Trump liked her. At least he did 5 years ago.
Yep. That's his girl.
So, she's special.
She came around during COVID. She was one of the main ones talking about the don't take the vaccine.
Yeah,
and
don't take the vaccine
and then they dug into her history and like, what's this demon sperm clip? And then she's like, he's like, I don't know that lady. Who the fuck is that? I don't know her. Get her out of here.
Because demons are in your sperm, apparently.
Hell yeah. And when they grow up, and they start throwing shit.
To be fair, we are devil worshiping atheists. So, you know.
I took baby.
Maybe I have demon eggs.
I took barbecue sauce to the infirmary when I went to see my daughter. They did not laugh.
All right. Thank you so much for being here, Mikey. We're going to go watch you make fun of some terrible politics.
With Ollie and Triton. Great. Ollie and Triton and Tim. They'll all be there.
Okay.
Yes, please join us.
Yes, we'll go over to Mikey's channel, and that will be fun. And I will tell you what I got coming up soon, because let me pull up my fucking calendar. Do I remember what I have going on? Fuck,
absolutely
I don't. Not. Okay.
Why should you?
So next week I have Secular Rarity back on. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but SR will be here next Thursday, and then the Monday starting in July, Chris Shelton will be back here. We're going to talk about ADHD people possibly being more attracted to cults because so we're going to talk a little bit of psychology as someone that has ADHD and studies psychology. It was part of Scientology, so he so it will be an interesting conversation. So we're going to talk about neurodivergency and cults. So that's what we're going to talk about. And then the following the 10th, John the Skeptic will be on. So that's what I got coming up. Please like and subscribe. If you would like to be on the show, email me. I already got a couple people booked that emailed me. If you want to get me on, if you want to hang out with Mikey, Mikey at his over there. He's over there. Dude, over there. I'm just pointing at nothing over here. Pointing at Mikey over there. Go subscribe to the bin. Go subscribe and like Deconversion Stories, since Mikey helps out Neil, and Neil was one that's inspired this podcast. So my show. So go do that. Please like and subscribe. And everybody else, I hope you have a wonderful week. Be kind. stay skeptical, give someone a compliment, and I will see you all here next week. And bye, motherfuckers.
Drink more water.
Drink more water. Don't be a fascist. All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Mikey.